So I am here, ladies. I don't think he locked the door. I think he left the door open. Hold on, guys. I think my son left the door open. Holy shoes, moly, crap a moly. And I don't want to leave it open because of the... I can't reach it. I just seen it open. So I'm back. So before I lose service, I was talking to you ladies. Hi Vashti darling, how are you sexy? Good afternoon my beautiful women and guys out there. I am back chatting with you all. So I'm sharing with you all. Let's wait till the live build up a little more, because sometimes people jump on the live and they don't know what we're talking about and they ask what we're talking about. So I was having a really bad day today. You know, all of that hormones and all them kind of things and blah 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 and whatever. So, you know, and my doctor giving me some news and all them kind of thing, and you know, whatever. God is love. Keep the faith. So I was having the conversation with my children on Sunday about life and death. It is one of the hardest conversations to have with your children, especially when your children are very young. It's harder than speaking to your children about the birds and the bees. And speaking to my children about life and death was very emotional. It was very, very emotional, because we never stop to think what will happen to our children. We never stop to think, you know, we're not going to live forever to see our children grow up, to see what's going to go on in our children's lives, because that's the way life is. That's the balance of life and death. That's the way God created things, right? Because we are not here to stay forever, and we are not here to live forever. And some point in time in our lives, we just gotta go, right? And it was one of the hardest conversations I had to have with my children, especially Aiden, because Aiden's a child. He's 11 years old and he's a baby still. To me, he's a baby still. And it's very hard having that conversation with him, because he is so close to me and his dad, mommy, because he's mommy's spoiled baby. And he got very emotional. And ladies, I know a lot of us have children, and we don't know what our children will do to us when we get old, if we are privileged to live old. And the way times are going and things are happening, we don't even know if we would live to see old age, right? So we have to make sure that we enjoy every single day. Hi Beverly, sweetheart. Every single day. Hi Tina, love. With our families. Because if you really sit down and think, if you really sit down and think about life, and if you're a parent, that if something happens to you, how many of you have secured your children? Especially if your children are minors or underage children. How many of my women out here has things in place with your husband in case anything happens to you, to secure your children, your minor children? I'm not talking about children 25 and over who can handle themselves. They're going to grieve for their parents because you're going to always be their parents. They're going to cry for their parents because you're always going to be their parents. But I'm talking for minor children. If I and my husband were to die, who's going to take care of my children? My husband and I have nobody. We absolutely have no one. We do not have my children do not have a grandmother, aunt, or uncle, no one, a cousin, no one that they can depend on. So my children would be by themselves. However, I have an older son who is 29, who can be the ward of those two younger children, so that he can take care of them and make sure no one takes advantage of them. And it's an unfortunate thing when you have to sit with your children, especially when you have horrible family members. And you have to sit with your children and you have to tell your children, if anything happens to mommy and daddy, no grandmother, no grandfather, no uncle, no aunt, no one is to touch a pin in your home. because the home is then your home. The house belongs to you and your siblings. Your mother made sure, your dad made sure that we put things in place that if anything happened to him and I, or him or I, that you all are still protected. And it is a very hard thing to speak to your children about life and death. So I want women out there to know something. We all love our children, right? And what are we going to put in place, or what are we going to do to help our children? Many of us can't even help ourselves, unfortunately. So we have nothing to leave for our children, or nothing to put in place for our children in case something happens to us. It's an unfortunate situation, but it's the reality of life. But those of you who can afford to put aside for your children, you know very well what family does. Family love to fight you for what you work for when it rightfully belongs to your children. Family members always looking to take your car first, find out how much money you have, see if you could get your NIS, see if you could, where you could get your pension if you reach pension age, where you have in your house, your jewelry, all them kind of thing. So that is why I'm asking the women, and I'm putting a little idea in your head. Sit and have that conversation, especially if you have horrible family members. Do not depend on grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt, nene, nana to take care of your children when you passed away, because even family members will only tolerate you for a short period of time. They will always bicker and fight, and anytime the money done from the children and the parents, the grandparents, or the aunt and uncle have nothing to get, they will start treating your children like shit. They will start treating your children like shit. Thank you, Chandra, darling. Thank you very much. So if you are like my husband and I, who have no one, because my husband's parents passed away and he has no brother or sister, no cousins, nobody that he could rely on. I have nobody that I could rely on, truly rely on, because I know what my family members treat me like shit. And you could imagine what they could do to my children. But I have to thank God that I have an older son that could step up and take control. And I also teach my children to be independent. You think for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to take some time and think about this. This is reality and real talk I'm talking here. Have you ever stopped to think if something happened to you, where your children going, what going to happen to them? One of the topics that is people like to run from is life insurance. A lot of you do not believe in life insurance because a lot of you say that is waste of money. A lot of men don't believe in life insurance because they tell themselves, when I dead, my wife go get that money and she go live with the next man. Because that's the mentality a lot of men have in the Caribbean. The reason for a life insurance on your wife or your husband is in case something happened to either or, your family have money to bury you. Your family have money to pay off the mortgage that you was working and paying, so the bank can go come and move in and seize the property. And your wife could be able to send the children to school, because you don't expect to leave your children for a next man to mine. So I am advising women out there that even if you have to start small with a life insurance, please do so. One of the best life insurance is Tatil Life Insurance in Trinidad and Tobago. Please do so. Please do so. Invest in a life insurance. And make sure that when you do, if you have children, name your children as the beneficiary. Don't put it estate, because I'll tell you something, how contradicting estate is. Estate means your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. But when you name your beneficiaries, it is even better. So I'm asking you women out there to sit and speak with your husband. I am sure you can start off a life insurance at $150 a month. I do not have any Tatil insurance agent at hand or in mind, because I used to work there and I know that they pay properly, unlike Guardian Life, who like to scam people. Guardian Life in Tobago is a big scam. A very big scam. And I don't care if they vex with me because I had experience with them paying out people who passed away. So one of the best life insurance company in Trinidad and Tobago is Tatil Life Insurance. I've had clients who've had insurance, their husband passed away, and within 2 weeks, 14 days, money was in their hand. Money was in their hand to take care of their family members. I know a lot of us come from a background where we do not believe in life insurance. But I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, and your husbands, please invest in it. Please. I have nothing to gain from this. I do not live in Trinidad, and I have nothing to gain to promote Tatil Life Insurance. But I am telling you to secure your families. Please secure your families. If you cannot do an investment, and you cannot do an annuity, and you cannot do a term life insurance, try and do a life insurance with death and disability. So if you're going down the road and an accident happened and you lose one of your leg or your arm, you still have a little bit of money that you could live on. Right? Another thing is, when you take out a life insurance, after 2 years, then a certain amount goes into a saving. So you can't withdraw from that before 2 years. Also, if you take out a life insurance and you commit suicide before 2 years, it's considered null and void. Means you get nothing, your family gets nothing. So please do not think of committing suicide and going to take out an insurance and think that when I die, my family will be okay. No. You have to have that life insurance on the books for 2 years. So please do not think of committing suicide. Right? Please. Beauty of Little Guyana. Yes, I'm on TikTok. I didn't do no live yet on TikTok, but I when I'm finished here, I'll probably go do a live because and in fact, I don't like to do any live much. I'd more do my TikTok. Right? So Guardian Life, a lot of people working there would say, not agree with me, but because of my bad experience with my clients, that is how I know that Guardian Life is a scam. With my own experience too, Guardian Life scam us. Right? If you want to close off the life insurance, after 2 years, they doesn't want to give you your money. They doesn't want to give you your money. They tell you have to pay a penalty fee. So imagine you pay a life insurance for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you can't afford and you want to close it off to see what rebate you will get. They will tell you that the first 2 years is when the insurance pays for itself. And then you could get something and you don't get back all your rebate. So in a way, it's a kind of bubble scamming kind of thing where these insurance companies get richer. Because if you notice that in Trinidad and Tobago, they'll tell you third-party insurance just to drive on the road. But if your car burned down or someone steal your car, right? You have nothing to get from third-party insurance. Right? Melissa White, there is... I'm talking about Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know where you're from. I don't know where you're from. When you're doing a life insurance, you take out accidental death and dismemberment also. Right? So that's considered one life insurance with those benefits. Hope that got you better. Hope you understand that. So when you're taking out a life insurance, there are different benefits you can add. Accidental death and dismemberment. Right? So when you hear you're driving your car in Trinidad and Tobago on third-party insurance. Third-party insurance is to drive on the road, just that you have an insurance to drive on the road. Do you know if you get an accident, the insurance is covering that shit? You gotta come out of your pocket. Do you know that if someone steals your car or it burned down, that you get nothing out of it? Nothing. Right? You're sure right, beauty. You're sure right. So what is the sense for third party? So these are the things that have to be reviewed in Trinidad and Tobago, yeah? Because living out here, I learned how it works differently here. And I used to sell insurance in Trinidad and Tobago for Tatil Life Insurance, British American, and I know exactly how it is run. Another thing is that a lot of these insurance agents want you to do term life insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, term life insurance is a waste of money unless you're over 50. If you are over 50, a term life insurance is the best thing to take out, because you pay term at the terms in every term you pay. Because you're older, you don't know what could happen, right? But I would never advise someone in their 20s to do term life insurance. Unless you plan on running off the road and getting an accident and dying, or you foresee when you're going to die. That's waste of money. A lot of people wouldn't agree with me, but I am telling you, you know, what I know from experience. Do you know any good life insurance? I don't live in New York, so I don't know, sweetheart. I cannot tell you offhand, right? Good life insurance in New York, I don't know. I live in Texas, so I don't know. So that is something I want you people to look into, right? I know everything has its pros and cons, but you got to take the chance sometimes and secure your family. You cannot study, well, you know, the life insurance scamming me is a rip-off and and all them kind of thing. It's for the beneficiary of your children and your wife or your husband if anything should happen to you, right? But the third-party insurance, I don't like that in Trinidad and Tobago for your vehicles. Come into your vehicles. I don't like that. Because of the fact that you have third-party just to drive on the road legally. And then Trinidad and Tobago insurance companies don't insure any car over 10 years fully comprehensive. A lie? No insurance company in Trinidad and Tobago do not insure a car fully comprehensive over 10 years. So that means they have no value to your vehicle after 10 years. So you just pay an insurance to drive on the road, because that's the legal thing to do, to have insurance. So they're telling you after your car hit 10 years, it's of no value. That's what they're telling you. Even if you sell it, the person who buy it cannot get full comprehensive. So I think the insurance, well, whoever's in charge of insurance in Trinidad and Tobago, the National Insurance Board or whatever, need to review those guidelines to insurance companies. Right? Needs to. So my ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys to make sure that you provide for your children. Because I had to have that talk with my children, which was very, very emotional. Because if anything happens to my husband and I, we have no one who can look after our children. So that is why my one request from God every day is to make sure, just give me a little extra lifespan until my children reach her rightful age of 25, and then you can take me if you want, dear Lord. Then you can take me. Right? Another thing is that I wanted to share with you all is that teach your children how to pay the bills. Get your family, which is your children and your husband, involved. Get your family and your children involved. Right? Meaning your children and your wife. A lot of you men, you pay the bills because now every day things are done online. And your husband have all the codes, or your wife have all the codes. You don't know nothing. Your wife going and paying all the bills in the bank because you working and you couldn't get a day off to go and pay the bills and all of that. I need you women and you men out there to get your children involved in learning how to pay bills online if you live in America and you're from the Caribbean. And if you live in the Caribbean, learning how to go to the bank to conduct transactions. Because I'm going to tell you something. Today, tomorrow, something happens to you. Your children will be taken advantage of because they don't know how to, and the person who is coming to correct your children or to show them is going to scam, rob, and take advantage of your children. So that is why I'm asking you all to teach your children. One of the ways Okay, Ryan, I got your message, love. I'll forward it to you. One of the ways that you teach your children is when you go shopping, you got to trust your children, right? Put the card in the machine. Tell them, go ahead, pay for it. You know the code, go for it. That is what I do with my children. My children knows everything. Every single thing. They know how to pay the internet bill, the mortgage, everything online. They know when they go shopping, they know the bank code, they know everything. Because I'm teaching my children that if anything is to happen to us, that they are independent, they have a sound mind, and capable and knowledgeable to do it so no one could scam them, rob them, and steal from them. Right? So I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen out there, that to teach your children. Right? Brianna, what you find funny that you say LOL? You think that teaching your children how to, or showing them how to manage or how to learn things to pay bills is a laughing matter? Well, girlfriend, that means your children born bright. They're born with a bulb. They know how to pay all the bills. Athena said, agree. I do the same with my son. Yes, when I go to shop, I just hand my son the card. 11-year-old Ethan. Go ahead, son, pay. You know the code. Go ahead, pay. Because you have to show your children trust. And you teach them. When I go out with Victoria, I teach Victoria how to budget. Buy what you need, not what you want. Although sometimes I just buy where I want. You know, sometimes we got to have a little leisure time. Right? We do have to have a little leisure time. But buy what you need. And budget yourself. The whole idea of this live is to teach or to help you ladies to bring awareness to you here in your mind that life is short, and we hear that words every single day until it hits us. We hear those words every single day until it hits us and do not realize how real it is. Real as I'm sitting in front of you here and real as you are breathing. That life is short. We did not come here to stay forever. We are going to leave our children one day to come. And in what condition are we going to leave our children? So I hear many of you talk about undying, unconditional love to your children. But what have you done, or what are you doing to secure your children? Right? So that is what I wanted to say to you all. You can teach a child responsibilities if the child wants to be responsible enough to take responsibility of anything in life. Because as much as you teach children responsibility, some of them just don't care damn. They just don't care damn. So I am just telling you ladies, one of the best life insurance in Trinidad and Tobago is Tatil Life Insurance. And speak with an agent and try your best to start off small, even if it's $100,000 life insurance. Start off small. It's a very disciplined thing to do, and you will have to put aside a $200 every month in order to keep that life insurance going. And let me tell you something. If you start off at a young age, think about it. By the time you're 32, your life insurance have enough dividends for you to use to get a loan to borrow against. It also helps you with loans in the bank in Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So try it. It's a disciplined thing to put. It's like you have a furniture bill to pay, or you have an internet bill to pay, or you have an electric bill to pay. So it's something that you have to budget for. It's something that you have to put in place and budget for. Now, do not go and start it. And after 1 year, you can't continue paying. You lose all your money. So keep up with it. Please keep up with it, because then your insurance policy will lapse according to Trinidad and Tobago. You didn't pay anything for a month, 2 months, it lapses, and you lose all your money. It's another form of way for insurance company to make money. So it is teaching you to be responsible. And again, we want to teach our children responsibility, but we ourselves do not know how to be responsible. right? So I am just advising you ladies, right? Please think about it, because I had to have that talk with my children. I'll be 49 years December, and I had to have that talk with my children Sunday. It broke my heart in a million pieces to see the expression, one of hurt, one of despair, one of far thinking and million thoughts racing through their minds on their faces to see that expression. But I had to do so, because if I don't, someone else will come and put things in my children's head and take advantage of them. Right? I'm just saying, ladies, I am just saying, try if you can. Please try if you can. Right? Fixed deposits. I do not believe in fixed deposits in Trinidad and Tobago, because you would put your money in a fixed deposit and you get 3% government wherever in it, and then the government take 3% tax back. So at the end of the year, if you have $20,000 in a fixed deposit in Republic Bank, you get $18.50 for your money that you have in the bank in a fixed deposit, and then government tax takes back that $18.50. So you're fucked either way. When you do fixed deposit, the bank uses your money and invests. When you do an investment plan, they use your money and invest and give you back. If you do it with an insurance company, they use your money, invest it, and they give you back a sum of interest with it. Whereas the banks give you $18.50 on your $30,000, and at the end of the year, when you get your $18.50, government tax come and take back that $18.50. It makes no fucking sense. You do fixed deposit with these banks in Trinidad and Tobago. Times are hard. People are losing their job. And look at the revenue these banks are turning over at the end of each financial year. Look at it. Right? I'm not telling you go and cut a hole in your mattress and hide your money. But it doesn't make sense. Credit unions. You have a better chance with credit unions. They also invest your money. Make sure your money is insured also with your credit union, so that if that credit union crash or whatever, your money is safe. They also invest your money, but they give you a better interest than the banks. Right? So unit trust is a good, thank you Shoma. Shoma take the words from my mouth. So credit unions is a very good turnover for your money. And credit unions, you will get more chance of borrowing against your money rather than the bank. Right? The interest in the bank has become crazy in Trinidad and Tobago. Also, the qualifying factor for loans has become outrageous. I am telling you, I look at some of these ministers, and I'm not judging them for having. Whatever they do to have, that's their business. But I look at some of these ministers and I ask myself, are they working for more money than me? How the hell these people can afford $5 million houses and getting loans and don't have a 6-figure income? Think about it. And then they're getting their loans right off from the banks, when you, the poor people, had to feel the pinch of it. Because the bank charging you $12.50 to use the ATM machine a month. To use the ATM machine. So you're paying for that service. Think about it. Think about it. Alima Mohammed, I myself would laugh because I think that's very funny. That I would laugh at. It's very funny, your girlfriend. I myself laugh at that. And yet we have people sitting here and do not educate themselves about their rights and the best way to live your life. And here you wonder, why do you think they want to keep you at the level they have you? So that you will never wisen up. You will never know better to be better and do better, because they love to have you where they have you. How could Republic Bank, and tell this to me, A man lost his job. His mortgage was $12,000 a month. And he lost his job. And he can no longer pay his mortgage of $12,000 a month. But he's asking the bank, listen to it, he's asking the bank to lower his mortgage so that he could keep his home. But the bank is saying, well, you've done 42 already and we only do loans up to 50 or 60 and we can't extend the mortgage and we can't lower the mortgage. So the bank rather leave the house laid rotten there than to give you the opportunity to pay half that amount of mortgage to keep your home. And you know why the bank can afford to do that? Because them don't make the fucking money they have to make on your property. They already make the fucking money they have to make on the property. So they don't care if you could pay for it or not. They rather leave it like they dilapidate it and they go auction it off. Please block my hair, show me, please. He talking about hot hair. Right? So instead of a bank work for you, banks don't work for you. They don't have your best interests at heart in Trinidad and Tobago. Trust me, they don't. In America, when banks compete against each other, you win. Not in Trinidad and Tobago. So imagine a man loses his job and he can't afford to pay $12,000, but he could pay $6,000, and the bank refused to accept that $6,000 and take away his house from him and pass judgment on him. Why do you fuck with people's lives like this? And all these years, the man paying good. All these years, the man paying for his property real good. But you refuse to help families in the time of their worst and in time of need. Because a car, if you don't pay for a car, a bank could seize the car. That's a fast turnover, so they could seize it and sell it back and make a profit too. But a house is a hard thing to sell in Trinidad and Tobago. Why would you displace a family when they're willing to work with you, the bank, to pay for that mortgage? Not just the sum that you have, because let me tell you something. When you take a loan, you don't start paying that loan right away. No, it's the interest you just pay first, you know. So the bank make its money up front. The bank has already made its money up front in interest, because it's the interest you pay, and then you start paying on your loan. Look at Republic Bank turnover financial year for the end of every financial year. Billions of fucking dollars. Billions. Just look at it. So the bank don't have your best interests at heart. One piece of advice, as I've seen it, has some Indian men here and wherever they come from or whatever. You see them Indian man from India and all of that who just come in all the inbox and tell all of they laugh and they laugh and they laugh. They all they know. Love, boobs, C, and phone number. They all know to write. That's the only English they know. Block them and run from them. Any man come and tell you he's a prince and he's a pilot, block them. Do not let them scam you, because those are the scams. Anytime anybody asks you for your phone number, do not give it to them. I'm advising you all, because a lot of women got scammed by the so-called what do you call them, pilot and doctor, and he working on a ship, and he has his daughter and his wife died in a car accident, and he's sending you a diamond ring and all them kind of shit, and then he asks you for money. While we on that, please ladies, do not let these low-life set of men fool all you. Okay? Especially those that can't even speak English properly, but they come first, they may know you, they never talk to you, they don't even know how your breath smell, but they love. Beverly says she had one. You see, Beverly? So I'm telling you, ladies, protect yourself. That was just a little, I just throw that out in there for you all to protect. I don't care who like me. I'm not here for nobody to like me. I'm going to tell my women out here the truth so nobody can take advantage of you ladies. Right? Nobody can just see you on Facebook and love. That fucking shit don't exist. Right? Good. Moving on. I said back my seat. Thank you, Gita, love. My ladies, every day is not going to be a good day. Some days we are going to wake up and feel the worst. Some days we just want to cry. Some days we just want to break something and yell and shout and scream. You want to scream at somebody, anybody, just so that you could get this feeling how you feel out of you. That's okay. It's okay to scream. It's okay to cry. It's okay to yell. It's okay to have a meltdown. It's okay to shout. You are a human being. So do not hide your emotions. Do not drown your emotions, because it's only going to get you more frustrated. You're going to start feeling sad. You're going to start suffering from anxiety, and then you're going to go into a depression. So let it out. Hi, Toys, darling. Long time I haven't seen you, sweetheart. Oh my God. What you see when we talk about Vishal? Watch Vishal here. That all he know. Vishal Chandrauhi. Do you go to the temple and ask Mother Lakshmi if you want to see my boobs? Do you go to the temple and tell Mother Durga, let me see your boobs? So why do you think that you could disrespect me? I'm the Lakshmi of my home. Why do you think you could disrespect me? If Vishal Chandrawihari or whatever your name is, admins, get rid of he for me, please. I want to know if he does go in the temple and tell Mother Lakshmi, let me see your boobs. Huh? Stacy, sure, darling. You can ask me. If I have the answer, I'll respond to you. If I don't have the answer, I'll tell you I don't know, sweetheart. Nice toys. I'm glad you're working, baby. God bless, sweetheart. Right? Yes, Annie. Do not send nobody no money. Where they tell you, and I'm working on a ship and I'm sending you $10,000 and I'm buying you a diamond ring and I have a suitcase and nice clothes. Think about it. That money you sending that let me find a name for them man and them who like to scam woman. That money you selling that a-hole. You can take that same money and go and buy your own diamond ring and your own shoes and your own clothes. And then they're telling you, well, you have to send $20,000 and $30,000 and $10,000 and $15,000 to clear the money I'm sending for you. Well, why you take the same money you're sending for me and clear it? Take some money from it. Do not let anybody scam you, ladies and gentlemen. And they have Trinidad and Tobago bank account, Scotia Bank and First Citizen Bank. First Citizen Bank is harboring these people with these scams, and Scotia Bank is harboring these people with the scams. Because I know 5 women who told me of this and showed me proof. And they send them money, hard-earned money. Ladies, every day I just tell all I love all you, and all they don't send me no money. And I truly love all you. And all they seen me, and all they see my face, and all they hear me. A man sit down in the dark. Well, I can't speak right now, you know. I'm on board of the ship. Yes. And I can't speak. Oh, my internet is bad. When I get to land, I will call you. And they're only talking to you over the phone and texting you, but you never see their face. Lady, well, it is love. All love. They say love blind, but me and no love just be in the dark too. Huh? Do not get fooled by this, ladies and gentlemen. Video say I just call them hoodwinkers. Nice name. Hoodwinkers. That's where we're going to call them, ladies. So please, ladies. Every day I tell them all I love all and all. They don't send me no money to get all no diamond ring and thing. Eh? So don't let, thank you, Anita, baby. So do not let nobody fool all you. Okay? Tisha sent me a trip to say no man, no money. No. You think, I remember when I was living in Trinidad, I lineman, and you know you lineman by the bar because the kind of work I used to do, construction work, I always lineman in a rum shop. Right? I always in a rum shop because that's where I generate my work from. So after I opened my own business, after working in the car business and working in the insurance business, I opened my own business to do construction, and I always working. And most of the business I generate is from hanging with guys because men always have a house to build, have a window to build, have a roof to build, all kind of thing. And sometimes you're going in the bar and some of them say, so we're buying from me today, girl. What the Hello, I don't buy nothing for no man. The only man I buy for is my husband. The man who put a ring in his finger. And I ain't buying nothing for no outside man and no man. If you can't give me more than when my man gave me, rock so. Hold on there. We have a lady talking something here. Thank you. My mom died 3 years now. She did a fixed deposit and it reached high. It reached high court, but due to the COVID to get back. So what you're saying, they will take part of it because of taxes and it causing problem with my brother. You see? People don't want to advise all about these little simple things to make your life better. All that is a money making shit. All that to take your money. That is why when you as a parent have nobody as a beneficiary, now you have to go and do letters of administration. You have to go to court to fight the bank for your own mother money. And it costing you to get a lawyer to fight. Let me say the lawyer takes $60,000 to fight for $40,000. How that benefiting you? Tell me how that benefiting you. Look, Annie say, same thing happened to me. He went to send me 5,000 and I asked why he say money is sending me pay for it. He say he can't do that. He box it up already. Tell him unbox it. You see, I know that is the same thing. And Scotia Bank and First Citizen Bank is harboring these illegal accounts made in people's name where these monies are being transferred because people are linked with these people. When I see the injustice of and corruption with our judiciary system, our banking system, our actual cost of living system, our healthcare system, our educational system, when I see this corruption, I ask myself, what the fuck? Trinidad and Tobago people not waking up, they're not seeing this? They're not understanding it have better way of living than this? And nobody want to tell you. Look, Sarah say I have a relative at the moment going through it. The lawyer fees is 20% of all the assets. Me making no fucking lawyer rich now? None. Put my name there too. Put my name there too. Today, tomorrow, God forbid something happen to you, I have all right there too. And I'm paying no lawyer no damn money to go and fight for my own money where we work hard for. That bullshit. That is bullshit. And imagine you have land in Trinidad and Tobago. And as the person die, you have to go and probate, do letters of administration, make sure nobody are fighting you for it. If you have a will and your name on the land too, why should you have to spend that money to make sure that nobody else are putting a claim on it? Let me give you a perfect example here. My husband is only child for his parents. Both his parents passed away. 15 years now. 15 years. Right? My husband is only child for his parents. And do you know my husband, father, brother, son, which is a nephew, fighting my husband for his parents' house? They make false will, all kind of thing. I send it to Dr. Kurt Baggett here in Dallas to be tested. It come back forgery. All kind of thing. We spend $40,000. Till I tell my husband, I say, honey, get the mother cunt half of the fucking house. You didn't work for that? And he didn't work for it, and he fighting for it. 15 years in court. In high court in San Fernando. Until we decide to tell the judge, give him half. Give the man half. Because I told my husband, I said, baby, you didn't work and build that. But when it rightfully supposed to be you, the child, the only child, and nephew come to fight fate. Give him half. He go get rich. When he dead, he go carry it go with him. So we decide to give him half. So the judge ordered that he go and he probate and do letters of administration. We put the property up for public auction because it's a 3-story commercial property. Put it up for public auction. It going in 3 years and the fucking man I do nothing the court request. So right now the property is still tied up. It's still tied up. So he hoping my husband dead before he and he go get it. And that man, I put $1 into my husband parents' property. And when my husband working and living by his parents, he helping his parents to renovate the property. I never see house and land in a fucking box yet. I tell my husband, I say, baby, don't waste we money, no? Don't waste we money, give him half. I say, if you get $100,000, that $100,000 you didn't work for, give him half. But he don't want to sell the property via auction, the man, the uncle, because the judge ordered him, not my husband, he ordered him to probate and do letters of administration, and the house will go up to public auction by the court. But because he rather not do it because he don't want my husband to have half of it. So he trying to outlive my husband. But God don't sleep. He don't sleep. So let me say the property sell for $200,000. And the property value about 3.5 million, eh? You go get 200, my husband go get, you go get 100, my husband go get 100,000 if it value to 200,000. But the fact is, he don't want my husband to have anything. So the greedy mother can't want all, so he leave it just so. I say, well, okay. So I occupy the property. He said, oh, I played my husband lawyer. Because you know why? My husband quiet. And I don't let nobody dig out we eye. And the man ain't married, he ain't no children, he don't have a parrot and a stick, but he fighting my husband for he father things. And that he uncle thing he fighting for. And we agreed, we signed the paper, we'll give him half. And the mother can't refuse to go and do what the judge said to do to put it for public auction. So he pretend he has no money and he can't do it. Well, if you have no money and you can't do it, let me do it. And when I do it and the property sell, I will take back my money from it. So instead of give me 100,000, you have to give me 120,000. But that's hard to fucking do too. Because they may want to do that. 15 years in High Court in San Fernando. 15 years. Victoria is 16. This matter going on. And we decide, okay, give him half. Give him half. It don't make sense you fight. Give him half. And we did that. And he still can't put the property for sale to give we half. We have nothing. Craziness. Sarah asks, do you know anything about minus land? Need some info on it. Sarah in Trinidad? No, but I could give you an attorney number who you could call and he give you some free advice. You don't have to pay him for the advice. You know, you could do that. I could give you an attorney number who you can call. You don't have to pay him for the advice. He'll give you free advice, free consultation. So I occupy the property in the meantime and all kind of mischief he doing. The property is my husband own. So I say, look here, you know what? You gain him half and he want to sell. He want to pay we for we half. He don't want to pay we for we half. Well, for my husband half. Minus land you can't sell. Beverly said minus land you can't sell. I never heard of that term, to be honest with you. I've never heard. Thank you guys for you know, educating me on that. I've never heard that term, minus land. Yeah, that's how wicked human nature is. Right? Yeah, Sarah, I'll give you his number. That's how wicked human beings are. When you're dead, you carry nothing. Right? But the people who rightfully deserve to have it, it always has some greedy family member want it more than the children. So that's why I said, to make sure you put a beneficiary name and do not put estate on your assets. Do not. Right? Do not. Well, Sandra, my husband still living, so it is my husband own. It ain't nobody name. It in the court probating for 16 years. 16 fucking years this year gonna make it. It in the court probating. The judge, the lawyer, nobody forced the man hand to do it. The judge alright and it just stay right and it fall through the cracks and it done. So right now the house there hang up right there, dilapidating, rotting. He don't want to sell it. It's prime property, eh? Prime fucking property. He don't want to sell it and take half in the whole ass and give my husband half. Because the whole idea, he don't want my husband to have half. You know? Shoma is saying minus land is like if someone leave you a piece of land and you cannot sell it. So that stipulation have to be in the will, right? Because I don't know how they do it. I don't have nothing in Trinidad. I have no properties, anything in Trinidad. I don't own anything. So I don't know how that goes. Yeah, Yasmin, you could say that again, darling. Sandra, girl, huh? Me know what the man problem is. The man might be 60-something years old. He living like Sanford and Son. He had no wife. He might be never smell a cat in his life. He maybe never, and he just they fucking miserable. Miserable. You know? Ronnie said we talking cricket. Let's talk cricket. I playing cricket right now. I pad up. What cricket you want to talk about? I pad up right now. Coming back again, ladies. Let me hear all you. We don't want to talk no cricket. There's no balls here. We don't talk about no balls here. We don't want to talk no balls. We talking real business here. Kim said that's a big issue in our home. Same problems. Shoma, he want to talk about bat and ball. I remember when my father-in-law passed away, my mother-in-law living in the house. Let me tell you all what that man do. He gone by some ratchet lawyer in San Fernando who write my mother-in-law a letter and tell my mother-in-law she had to pay a rent to live there, that she trespassing. Now, my mother-in-law wasn't legally married to my father-in-law, but she lived with him for 40 years. Common law. And my father-in-law didn't have no other wife or nothing. And when my mother-in-law called me and tell me, this man bring a letter here and telling me that I had to let the lawyer come and do an inventory of the assets, and how my mother-in-law had to pay 5,000 rent because she living in a furnished house. Girl, I take that letter and I tell that man wipe he cock a hole with it. I say, take my mother-in-law to court. Take me to court. My mother-in-law paying to live in she own fucking house. He's a madman. After he pull off that scam, nothing will work again. He couldn't get she out of the place. Let me tell you what he do. He go on and he bust the water line in the back of the house. He bust the water tank. And my mother-in-law used to suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. So she hands were like this. Right? So the lady can't full water to walk up the flight of stairs. So he started to do she mischief. So one day I liming over the road now from my mother-in-law with them fellas and them. And I hear this big commotion upstairs in my mother-in-law house because I liming over here is the bar and over here is my mother-in-law house. So then I see one of them boys running in the bar and one of the boys and them say, Asha, look that man hitting your mother-in-law. I say, what? My husband working Angola. So I was home alone with my children and my husband working Angola. Man, I run out the bar and I run up the step and I see he hand on my mother-in-law chest so. Only I grab that motherfucker and I shove he cunt down the fucking stairs and I crack off broom in the mother cunt. You know he run gone and he put me in court? He run gone and put me in court. And you know what the magistrate tell him? This lady here, together with her husband and her mother-in-law, have an injunction against you. What you doing in the people place? Why you put your hands on the old lady? When the police come, he telling the police, lock she up, she nearly killed me. The magistrate throw out the case and tell him, she have all right to kick your ass out of there because she have an injunction, and the injunction clearly states you are not to harass, provoke, enter the premises and do nothing to the people. That man provoked my mother and harassed that poor lady till she dead, you know. But God keep him for a special reason. So he had to drag and suffer before he did for what he did my mother-in-law. So I'm telling you how wicked family members could be. You alone have a wicked family members. We all have wicked family members. And if you noticed, we made a post this morning on our page. Joel Osteen speaking about family members. It's not a disrespect to walk away from them or choose to have nothing to do with them. It is for your own peace of mind and your own well-being. And if you see the man, if you see the fucking man, he going to court. This is years I talk about it. This is like 16 years ago. This is like 16 years ago, 14, 16 years ago. Right? And here a man. He going to court, right? And he going to court. Here we do now. He come to court like he, you know, like he pull out his shirt from a bedding box. He pull out his, so he didn't nearly kill my mother-in-law, eh? Girl, shut up now, girl. So he come to court like if he pull out his shirt from a bedding box. So I watching the man in his ram-flop, dirty shirt, looking like he come out from a bedding box. Here what I say in my mind. What the fuck? Like he put the heat on ram-full and iron his shirt? Because he come for the magistrate to feel sorry for him. He come for the magistrate to feel sorry for him. No, he and daddy still living. So as I asked to sit down and somebody beat up my mother-in-law, when I never even hit my mother-in-law, I cuss up she ass already, but I will never do such a thing. And the man inside the lady house and hitting she, you mad? Your freaking husband never hit she. And he telling my mother-in-law she was the maid. I say, yeah. And then he make an allegation how my mother-in-law killed my father-in-law. That's when my father-in-law passed away. He died in his sleep. He had a heart attack and he died in his sleep. And he tell the police how my mother-in-law killed the lady. Right? How my mother-in-law killed my father-in-law. I say, yeah, she sit on top of his face and stifle him. That is something you won't fucking know about your faggot. The policeman say, Asha, behave. I'm like, no man, I'm fed up with people like them. I'm fed up with people like them. Always fighting for things that they belong to you. Girlfriend, baby, he take out the clothes from our bedding box. So when I watching the man there, this incident happened 14 or 16 years ago, eh? So when I watching the man there, I say, but what the fuck, boy? Like he put the heater on, you know, the heater have different cotton, linen, wool. Well, heater have ram full. So he turned that knob to ram full and he iron his fucking shirt. Oh God, you know what? And he come there looking like if he innocent. He come there like if he looking innocent. Eh? But that is alright. But my mother-in-law passed away. My mother-in-law passed away. He put the heater on ram full. You know the heater have cotton, linen, wool, you know? Heater had a setting called ram full. So he put the heater on ram full and come. Because he wanted the magistrate feel sorry for him. The magistrate throw away the case. She said the people have an injunction against you. What you're doing in the people place. You look for where you get. I shove your ass down the fucking step. Don't come hitting my mother-in-law. She husband never hit she and he dead and gone. And she's an old lady. What the hell you hitting she for? You fucking she? Huh. No, I'm telling you. Yes, he's still living. Like Sanford and Son. Greed. Greed. That is what I'm telling all the ladies about. Greed in some of us as human beings, and when we die, we take nothing with us, but we greedy for what somebody else have. Marish can say like he couldn't read. Girl, well, if he couldn't read, he couldn't smell self, or he couldn't see. So greed, ladies and gentlemen, is what does have so much people behaving like that. Because I long for other people thing. I long for other people thing. Let me give you all a story about, before I go. Let me give you all a story about my family member now. So I have an aunt that passed away in Canada. Her husband killed her. Domestic violence. Now, my grandmother, she was one of my favorite aunts, and my grandmother, you know, gave her a piece of land. But the piece of land she gave her, she didn't get chance to, she put her name in it, but she didn't get to separate the land for her own deed. So one of my uncle, one of the uncle who raped me, who died, he had piece of the land. My next uncle who got hit by a truck and died, he had piece of the land. And my aunt who got killed by her husband had a piece of the land. So it's 3 of them have piece of the land. My uncle who got hit by the truck and died, the next rapist, the one who died, he overtake the land. You know what he do and what he do by Bonsi in Trinidad and overtake the land. Right? When that uncle of mine who got hit by the truck have a son, and his son got nothing because none of them acknowledged the child, and the family take the land. When my mother's sister, Petty, her name is Petty, her birthday is the 22nd or the 23rd of December. My favorite aunt, when she got killed in Canada, she used to live Brampton, and her husband killed her and he killed himself. Domestic violence and family pushing pusungi in years now. The uncle who raped me, he was alive still. Don't talk to me, but he sent my mother. Winston say, if you could give him Petty death certificate, he want to fix up the land. So hear me. Well, if you want to fix up the land for Petty children, no problem. I'll go with him by the lawyer. Right? No, he didn't want to do that. Rapist number 1 wanted to give rapist number 2 the land for his children. And I refused to give them the original death certificate from Canada. Rapist number 1 dead. Rapist number 2 still ain't fucking get nothing. And I ain't fucking give them the death certificate because that is my aunt children land. And nobody fucking taking it from them. If they want to give it up willingly in the court, let them go and do so. Because she was in the process of separating her land in order to get her own deed when she got met with her death. So rapist number 1 wanted the death certificate. The rapist number 1 who died wanted this death certificate to give rapist number 2 living in New York. And rapist number 2 messaged me and telling me, so you stopping my way from me getting the land? You don't want Winston to give me the land for my children? I said, what? You better choose who you love. I say, I love you and I love my aunt. And I would like someone, because that's the way I grew up with respect, right? I would like someone to do for me what I will do for her children, and nobody's taking her children's land. Oh my God. I became the worst. Then I tell my mother, I say, what you come by my house for? You come to talk to me, to mama guy me. What interest you have in all of this that you want me to give Winston the death certificate of Petty to fix the land for who? If you want to give your rapist number 2 the land, why don't you all give the children some money for it and then take it? Why? But that's why my family would never like me. My extended family would never like me. Because I'm a straightforward woman. And I just say it as I see it. And they don't like my mouth for that. They don't like my mouth. They're very fucking advantageous. They don't like me for it. And my aunt died and gone. I don't know what's going on with the property. I don't know, because the rapist number 1 dead too. So I don't know if his son and his wife get it or what's going on. But my aunt 3 children, they still have rights to it. Because her name is still on it. Unless someone sign something and do ratchetry and take her name out there. But I have her death certificate and I never gave it because they could only do business with the original, and Canada only present 1 original. So they couldn't get a copy to do nothing. Think about it. And they're like me. And I don't care. And you still wouldn't get it until them children tell me they don't want it. And they turn around and say, I want the children property. Why go do the children property? Not even on my name. I don't even have access to nothing. I hold only one key paper that is rightfully belonging to the children. And they don't like me for that. I don't care. I don't like injustice because it was done to me. And I will never do to someone what I don't want somebody to do to me. Because I know how it feels. So that family I come from, how they cravenous. They cravenous. They can't see you driving something nice and they want it. They can't see you sitting in a nice chair and they want it. And they will do everything to plot and plan to drag you down. That's how that family is. And I know them. And they don't like me because how I just talk. You know why I become like this? Because of what they have done to me. That is why I have become the way I am. I've learned to be outspoken. I've learned to speak up. And they don't like me for that. Well, I ain't care because I ain't here for nobody to like me. Because when I dead and go, me ain't carrying nothing with me. But I'm making sure if I could do the right thing by another human being, I will do the right thing. Yeah? I still have those message rapist number 2. That's when rapist number 2 started talking to me. And I don't hate people, eh? You understand? Kim girlfriend? Yeah, they wouldn't like me and I don't care. Block that Indian man there for me. Nice. I sit down here and I talk with all you, and I hope I was able to give all you a little bit of good advice. Many of you will not agree with everything I have to say. That's okay. We agree to disagree in respect. Right? If something I say, you learn from it, God bless. God bless. And I hope that along this entire video, you learn something from what I have to say. And what I said today. Right? Not everything you will agree with, and I am perfectly understanding that. Much respect for that. Right? So the way they treat me and do me all my life, that's why I am the way I am today. And when you see one of these oh my God, who is this Jai Katwaru? Jai, where I know you from? Jai, where do I know you from? I don't look for sympathy, darling. I have a blessed life. Me want sympathy from nobody. Ladies, look at Jai comment here. Somebody screenshot it for me, admins, and search his profile and his link. Let me see who is this man talking out of the asshole here. Jai Katwaru. Where do I know you from, darling? Huh? Did I fuck with you? Or did I pitch marble with you? Huh? Three-sided what story? You was my panty, you was my vagina when I was 6 years old. You was the mattress, you was the hair cloth. Or you was the spit in my vagina after they leave it there. Huh? Jai Katwaru, come to the front of the line. Who's you? I pitch marble with you or you fuck me? You know what my consent song smell like? Well, darling, if you don't know, move along, sweetheart. Because right now, I'm having my period. And you wouldn't like to ride my back, bitch. Because I'll shove you in a corner. You understand? Katwaru? Nice. Wait a minute, the rapist sent you that name songing familiar. That name songing real familiar, Katwaru. Huh? Where you going? You run? Don't run, the man. Don't run when all they coming to throw words here. Since when speaking about abuse? So Madam Dwaraka make that fake account since you can't see it, show ma, because what he does do, he does block the woman and them who could see his comment. So when he comment, you all can't see it. He said looking for pity on Facebook with my rape story. Darling, it's not a story. It is truth and facts. And it stands where it is. And I will speak whatever I want to speak, because that's my First Amendment right to speak. Okay? And I don't look for pity for no one, because my life better than yours. You see? All I can see is comment. I screenshot it. Don't worry, I get it already. Admins get it. And I'll go post it up on this page here for all you with the name. So you'll see it. So, Jai Katwaru. You see, all I say, all I can see he comment. Because it might be a fake account. He might be fuck me or smell me pussy. He might be know what my consent smell like. So that's why he there trying to ride my back. And they don't like me because I just talk it out. And I don't give a flying fuck. This is the way I speak. And I'll put you in your place when you disrespect me. Jai, jai, jai. Okay? Nice. Go on scrub your mucky balls before... Go and scrub your mucky. Go and scrub your mucky balls. Then you come to put your nose between my consent. Okay, the admin said they're blocking them. Why all I can't see the comment? Jai nose up my caca hole, try to get my consent. Because the way I put that. Jai, they're quiet in my asshole smelling my consent. Jai go, wow, Jai Katwaru, aka Asha Mahabir the rapist. Go and wash your mucky balls and stop raping little children on Facebook. Okay? Move along, little bitch. You want me to call there and start a cuss? That's what you want. You want... That's what you want me to call there and do. Eh? Don't let your little dick have in your pants so make your ego big so. Right? Don't. Because that is no kind of ego to have. You don't know me. I don't know you from nowhere. But the name sound familiar. The Katwaru. But we have some family member named Katwaru. That is why I feel I remember that name. But we go look him up after. Admins, get his link for his profile and his profile. I'll slide show your mother cunt. Right? I don't give a fuck who in the profile picture. Get it for me. We posting it. We sharing it. You come here to disrespect me, I'm sharing it. Beverly. So, yeah, I don't know that person, but the name Katwaru, I feel like I hear that surname somewhere already. So it had to be the rapist. Come to harass me now. And you want to come and, you know, rile me up or something. But go and wash your mucky balls. Stop digging your caca hole and smelling it. And don't talk about something you don't know or you didn't see unless you is the rapist and you know you did it, so you're trying to defend yourself. So where's the three side of the story? Let me hear about rape, about a person being raped. My side, your side, and the truth. And what is the truth? You was present. You did give the okay. Go ahead, suck she vagina. Play with your vagina as a 6-year-old child. So you was the third man involved. Admins block him already. You understand? Dolly, who is you? I don't want you here. I'm over here. Why are you talking about somebody else? Huh? So, Matty, you can't see it because admins block him. But we will get it. I'll post it on the page for you to see. Don't worry. So, Jai Katwaru, go wash your mucky balls and stop coming. Right now, I have a pad between my leg. And I have a cunt. I don't need a next one Friday. Right? I have a cunt between my leg already. I don't need a next one. Move along. Move along. Bye. Nice. And I don't give a fuck. This is my mouth. I can talk how the fuck I want. And if you don't like it, too bad. Too bad. I didn't even say shit that he come sliding in. He like the fucking worms in the latrine hole. Yeah, Kim say your husband are the best wife in the world. Yes, darling. You understand? I'm come to your home, Ashwin, you come into my home and you even have a profile. You like you frightened for yourself. We use Casper the ghost. Yeah. He had no profile. I said anybody come into my home. Use Casper? Yeah, we know Halloween coming along, you know. Marad say, I love how you just deal with them. Yeah. You have to give them that. Because they see you here and you're like, oh, look at that little Coolio man, and he talking about she rape. That Coolio man can't shut up. No, this is my mouth and I live in America and this is my First Amendment right. You can't shut me up and 10 cacao like you can't shut me up. 10 cacao like you can't shut me up. Oh God, look me now, all you. Look me now. Look me, I'm going for a ride with my mommy. Oh God. Oh God, you see my cat? All you see my cat? Look my cat. This is my pussy. Look how nice my pussy is. Oh God. He golden brown. And he's soft. And he well trained. And he smells good. See my little pussy? Oh my God, I love you so much, son. Ding mama, ding mama, ding mama, ding. Ding mama, ding mama, ding mama, ding. Ding mommy, ding. Oh, look him now, look him. You see the baby? Oh, let's see how sweet my pussy is. Watch him now. Yeah, sweet pussy cut. Mama, you're them. You're driving? Look, you're going to drive. Watch. You're going to drive. Drive the car, Papa. Drive the car. Come on, Papa. Drive the car. Look. You're driving. Ollie, watch. You see him? Come here, Mommy. Oh, God, I love you so much. I love you so much, child. Oh, God, I love you. I love him so much, Olia. Look at my face, how pretty now. I resemble my mommy, Olia. Look how I resemble my mommy. Oh, God. I'm pretty like my mommy. I'm well pretty. Oh, God, I have my mommy eyes. Oh, my God. Look at me, how I'm nice now. Oh, God. Yes, I'm nice. Oh, God, son, I love you so much. He's so spoiled, Olia. You see him? You think, Papa, think. Oh God, I squeeze him the way I love him. You see him? His name is Grumpy. Grumpy Katampi. Grumpy Katampi. Oh, let's see my kitty. Missy say he can't take that. You just defend your own self. Yes, they don't like how I just defend myself. You see how I used to cuss long time? Die where they want me to come out and do is to cuss. But again, this girl to cuss again. I'll shut you up and put you in your place. That's all. That door was open.
Oh. I've got the door breaking.
Carry here. His name is Mr. Grumpy. When you are addressing my pussy cat, you address my pussy cat in the proper manner by his name. His name is Mr. Grumpy. Right? Mr. Grumpy. Good. Do not address my pussy cat other than Mr. Grumpy. Mr. Look how I resemble my mommy. All you look now. I'm well handsome, you know. Oh, God, I'm handsome too bad. I'm handsome? Oh, God, boy, you're so nice. Yes. It's so nice. Give me that foot. Let me eat it. Bitey footy. Who's your baby? You your baby? He do think for him, mommy. He do think for him, mommy. His name is Mr. Grumpy. So make sure you always address my pussycat by his name, Mr. Grumpy. You want to hide this upstairs, Simon? Oh, all right, leave it in the car. He don't come in my car.
Okay.
I was going to tell Aiden Heidi father gift. Mr. Grumpy! So, when you're coming to attack me about me speaking about my childhood, come on now, man. Speak thing with sense. When you want to spit out hate, come on now, man. Learn to spell before you spit out hate. Right? Don't just come and talk black, 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 and you even know how to spell when you're spitting out hate. I don't understand. Look how I spend my nice time sitting down here in the car chatting with all you. Yes, Mr. Grumpy is one sweet pussycat. He's the baby in the house. So ladies, I hope all you had a good evening chatting with me. I don't have time with them, with my family haters. They're going to go suck at tomatoes. They're going to go suck at tomatoes. Them only just come on here to Mako to see what they could see so. To hear what I'm talking about. That's all them could do. Come to Mako. So I put 4 Tic Tac in my mouth. Pretty stuff say, can you please share your decoration? When I do it, tomorrow is my husband's birthday. But I have a dinner party on Saturday. So I just do like the decoration on the table, the wall, and I'm not cooking. We buying takeout and surprising him. So I get 2 gifts, one for Victoria and one for Aiden to give him. And I have to buy something to give him myself. And God bless my husband with many, many more years. And of health and strength and wisdom, kindness. Most humble man you will ever meet on this face of the earth is Mr. Vishnu Samaru. And you know the opposite attracts, because I'm the loudmouth, learn to stand up to defend my family, say what the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it. When anybody come after me, I just let you have it. You know? Wait, we have Jennifer say tomorrow is your birthday. Happy birthday, Jennifer Batiste, darling. May God bless you and I wish you many, many more. And then we have Mariska say tomorrow is her son's birthday too. Happy birthday to your son. Thank you, Vidya. I will tell him you said happy birthday. Thank you very, very much. I eat curry duck and my nails get curry on it. Yes, it was Vidya's birthday. I love you, pretty stuff, honey. I love you too, sexy. Thank you. I will tell Mrs. Samri we said happy birthday. My sister's birthday was recently also. Yes, Virgo is very nice people. Depends on what side of the moon you're born. But may God bless him. And I wish him many, many more years. That he may be here with us to see our children grow up. And rock with grandchild we have there, Kitty. Mr. Garfield is with grandchild. Thank you, Sandra, sexy honey. Thank you. Spray some Clorox on what? Let me put some in my hand. I'm feeling real miserable still in all you. What? Hold on. Abdilhani, Abdonaman, Moran, Kakaholman, they say, I like your breasts. Well, thank you, darling, but I don't like yours. Yeah, the man come and tell me. The man come and tell me he like my breasts. Apple Cherry, happy birthday to your son, sweetheart. tomorrow too, baby. Showa, he say he like my breast. So, so I tell him, I don't like he one. What's wrong with that man? Mashani, Kakahol, Bati, Kuno Kubana, whatever your name is. Listen, thank you for the compliment. My wife have beautiful breasts too. Okay? Right, darling? Yes, I'm married to a woman. She has nice size double D breasts. Thanks for the compliment. I'll be sure to tell my wife that, okay? Thank you. Stupid asshole. He told it. I tell you, you just know them. That's all they could say. Breasts, open, phone number, love you. They all they know. They all they know. I never used to see the open, eh? Now I see that's the next word they learn. Open, breast, phone number, love you. Them 4 things that is only say. My wife just said me I have nice breasts too, darling. Thanks. We know women are the best creation God created. We are sexy, we are tasty, we are beautiful, we are arousing, we are sensual, we are God's gift to man. He said, no, he's an Indian. He's an Indian. They all let us say breasts, boobs, phone number, love you, open. They all they know. Dumbass. Yes, Joycey from India or Pakistan. They're very disrespectful, some of them. Very, very disrespectful. North, I made dal puri and curry duck yesterday. So today I made dal and rice and curry duck because it had leftovers. And I did pizza, homemade pizza for my kids because my son requested. And spaghetti and meatballs. So somebody advertising the pet here. Do advertise your pet on my page, please. Only my pet alone could advertise here. Do not advertise your pet on my page. I think my phone have enough charge. I hope it's the wife he talking about, eh? Me and a girlfriend. Some of them man real disrespectful, but I don't know where them just come out from. In fact, I know where they come out from, but you just can't believe they come out from the way they just disrespect women. Now, ladies, are going to drop to my American friends. I'm going to drop a Trini slang here. Them man and them come out of mother cunt, right? But the way they just behave to disrespect women, you just wonder if they come out from a cunt. Yes, wonder. Yes, really wonder if they come out from a cunt. I leave in where I buy inside the car. So Mr. Sam Rue ain't go see it. This morning I cut my lawn. It's looking nice. And I plant some celery and thing. Hi, James. James John. Anybody with 2 last name I don't trust, eh? Oh, good Lord. Alexa, turn on the kitchen lights.
Okay.
It was a good day. I enjoyed chatting with all you. I enjoyed laughing with all you. It was really a beautiful, awesome evening. I can't say it, Facebook will put me in jail. No, I saying it for you. Listen, I am a real person. And this is how my culture is, and this is the way I speak. I'm not a motivational speaker so that I can speak prim and proper. I don't know what is your version of prim and proper. I'm from the Caribbean and island girl, and this is how I just speak. So most of these men who come to disrespect women, they come from a woman vagina. The correct word is vagina. But they like to call we cunts. So they come from the mother cunt, but they're disrespecting women. You know, I just talk it plain. And many people may not like my choices of words, but sometimes that's the only thing some people understand. And that's why you have to address them and address it like that. Right? I enjoyed spending my evening very much with you all. Come here, you little rusty little boy. Come here. I enjoyed spending my evening very much with you guys. And tomorrow, join me. We're going shopping again. And we leaving stinky. We leaving stinky. We leaving stinky again. We leaving stinky all you. Yes, yes, yes. We leaving stinky. We leaving stinky again. We leaving stinky again tomorrow. Say bye-bye to them. Say bye-bye. No, you sheeping? He's behaved like a baby. Oh, God, he just harassed me 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, he wants to play with this. Asha, I feel like I spend the whole day with you, girl. Yeah, girlfriend. We spend, I think, from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We real lime all here. We real lime. So tomorrow, join me. We go in and get a few things done for Vishnu, for his birthday. Right? He giving a wink here. He fighting there with something. What's that you have there, son? Something he fighting in the ground there with. Let me see what you have there. He's there. He fighting with a Jolly Rancher wrapper. That is what he fighting with. And I think Aiden give him that. So have a good night. God bless. How they used to say it, Kora Hafiz, wherever. Sitaram, namaste, good afternoon, God bless. Have a good, safe night, ladies and gentlemen. Think about what I said in this video about protecting your family and helping your family and doing what's right for your family. And when I mean your family, I mean your husband, your wife, and your children. I'm not talking about extended family. I'm talking about immediate family. Right? So think about what I said in this video, and hopefully that you learn something from this video. And don't mind me cussing 1 or 2 of them haters there. I don't give a fuck. They come and disrespect me, they will get it. Plain talk, good manners. I'm not going to tolerate nobody shit the bullshit towards me. Because I don't come here on my life to cuss and disrespect nobody. But you come and you cross the line with me, I'd let you have it. Right? I'm entitled to put you in your place. Nice. So, don't forget the rapist. He always there lurking in the dark. Like, you know, what he is. Harassing. Trying to justify what he did to me as a child. But the world already knew. So, join me on TikTok, ladies. I'm also on Instagram and also on Twitter. My story is 1-point-something million views already on Twitter. And it's growing. And I'm eventually going to get it out there so people can identify the rapist, that he lives in America. Right? So have a blessed night, everybody. And anytime he push and he harass me, I am going to highlight him more and more for the world to see him. Because I've told my truth, what I've said already. And if he don't stop harassing me, every single day I'm going to tell the world and identify him, show his picture and identify him until he stops or he takes me to court. I need him to take me to court in the US here so a judge could deal with his sick fucking self. That's what I need the judge to do, deal with him. He's sick, he's pathetic. Right? So that's what every time I do in a live, everywhere I am, he's trying to harass me. He's trying to find me on Twitter, he's trying to find me on Instagram, and he can't find me. So that's why he just come on TikTok to harass me, but I just keep reporting him. He go on TikTok and let me tell you what he do. He take my mugshot and he make profile with it. Across the border. 3-4 TikTok he have with my mugshot. I reported it and TikTok says send them an email so they could permanently ban him from making a TikTok. So we sent it the 3 accounts so he'll permanently get banned on TikTok and he cannot harass me. Tojo say, I'm your fan. You notice me there, please. Tojo, first time I seen your name and you don't have a picture, so why would I want to notice you? When you're coming here to address me, have a picture of yourself, sweetheart. Okay? You can't want me to notice you, and I don't know who you are. I've never seen you say hello. I've never seen you say good afternoon, but you want somebody to notice you. How I gonna notice you and you don't have a picture of you? I don't know who I am dressing, who am I speaking to? Who I use Casper the Ghost? Put a picture of yourself. We only deal with real people here. There's real people behind those hiding accounts. Why are you hiding? Okay, Blocky. He repeating himself. Blocky. We don't want you to be my fan. You look like a stalker. Block you one time. Goodbye. Facebook don't pay me. Bye. So that's what he does, to keep harassing me. So, nevertheless, we don't have time for the rapist today. We was laughing and talking enough. Right, so when I decorate my table, I will show you guys I decorate my table. Hopefully that I get my happy birthday banner in time, because I order it on Amazon and I'll do it on Prime, but I ain't freaking see it yet. Like, what the fuck? You know, nevertheless, hopefully we get it. Yeah, Lee, stay there with your wicked ass. Because let me tell you something. His guilt eating him. His guilt eating him. He can't handle the fact that I'm still standing strong, that he can't provoke me to the point of anger anymore. So he just make those little fake accounts and come to harass me. He and my dirty, stinking extended family just come and harass me. That's what it is do, because I the end game. To harass me, to get a response, to cut it out and copy it and share it. Here she talking, here she cussing somebody. And a fucking nobody with a fake account coming to cuss and harass me. And when I cuss it back, it looking like I cussing somebody. Eh? Just imagine that. Just imagine that. Crazy, eh? Look, this one learn a new word now. Lord Jesus. We have a set of rapists and pedophiles on the live. They want to see breasts, they love chest. Me no want what they are like again. You understand? Jean Quartz, no, I don't wear bra and I don't wear panties, darling. No panties and no bra, sweetheart. Why? Things got to breed. Same way I don't wear a mask, I don't wear panties, and I don't wear a bra, sweetheart. So what you want to know if I wear a bra for? I have on a bra and me I have on no panties either. I don't understand why you want to know that for. Yeah, what me is a sicko? You's a sicko? Huh? I say you's a sicko? No, I bother with them. Rajpati, me ain't bother with them. I ain't bother with that family because I know what they did to me and nobody could deny me what they did to me. So anytime I see a fake account come to harass me, I know it's them who trying to say a lie. I know it's my family members who trying to say a lie. Well, if I'm lying, come prove it. Take me to court and prove a line. Me and all it was my little vagina and my panties and all it was there present in my mind and my body when it was happening to me. Everybody always lying. All I ever notice when a woman speak about any type of abuse, she always lying. Huh? Think about it. You ever notice when a woman speak of any type of abuse, she lying, she mental, she mad, she crazy, she looking for attention? That the first thing the mentality does have to say about you. Well, hear what, darling? I rather be fucking mad and mental and all whatever they call me. But I will always speak my truth. Hi, Ina, darling. Yeah, Ina, me bother with them, girlfriend. I'm sick. Sick in the head, the guilt eating them. Oh, I'm feeling, man, that doctor, I had to do blood test tomorrow. I had to do some more blood work tomorrow. I shouldn't have me a shandy carib. I was going to have a shandy carib while I was sitting outside. But, nah. Let me go with myself and do my blood work tomorrow and make sure that I'm okay. Hi, Tina. How are you, baby? Yes. Hi, Bevon, darling. I know Bevon. I will ignore them, Bevon. Thank you, baby. But it's my family members who just come to harass me. Them always know I lying. Them always know I lying. Not that alone, you know, Doreen. Doreen, they probably was abused too, and they shame, so they're hiding it, so they want to deny me my truth. Nobody is denying me my truth. I lived it. I experienced it. It happened to me, and I know. Or shall I remind the rapist of what he did to me? Anytime I see any one of them come on my live and tell me a line, I'm going to stick it to the face in details what they did to me. Onella said drink plenty milk. Ew, I can't drink milk. Yeah, Savitri, them taking my happiness and making it their misery. Just imagine that, eh? Them seeing somebody happy and them vex. Sick. Where that water falling? I was wondering because the pump off in the pool. Bevan said I have a lot of family members who hate me too, but I don't pay them no attention. You're damn right, yes? But the thing is not that they pay attention, you know. They just come and harass. Ooh, my wife just kissed me there. You pack up the trailer with the tools already?
Yep.
Oh. Husband now came. Where you do? Springs and Katy today?
Cyprus.
He worked Cyprus today. All right. Has he not reached? He was cutting grass in Cyprus today. And I didn't go with him. That's okay, darling. If they say to see me happy, they could go kiss my big ass. Because, watch me, my ass real big. And I had to go around the corner 10 times and come back. Had to go around. Listen. You see this thing flying here? You see this thing flying here? It stands for freedom. And that I have. And you can't touch me with a 10-foot Jundy rod. You can't touch me with a 10-foot Jundy rod. Yes, Aruna, you're so sure about that. Yeah? Envy and jealousy. See how nice the evening is? I'm thinking of going in there and relax a little bit because I cut our grass, honey. If you want to edge it, because I didn't edge because I can't edge it. If you want, you could leave it. He works Cyprus today. He does leave home very early, so he have like 6 neighborhoods in that Cyprus area that he does cut grass. Laura, I'm taking all it with me tomorrow, Laura. I'm going and get poked tomorrow, but I had to go by dentist first. I'm going and do a cleaning. That's a nice teeth in it, don't it? Teeth twist. I'm going to do a cleaning, and then I have 1 or 2 filling. I have a silver quite in the back. You know the one that does look black like if you have a rotten teeth? I have one of that, so they just check it every 6 months to make sure that I'm filling properly. Because you know, again, all I don't want to lose my teeth yet and my jaw to drop, so next thing I do, so, and I eat my chicken bone, so a chicken bone tasting good all year. Real good. And I had no teeth. Next thing I had no teeth if I didn't take care of my teeth. And here I had to suck my chicken bone. My husband gonna be a happy man. Asha, behave yourself. Asha, you're bad, behave. I like the shit talk. I telling all you, next thing I did like a mash mouth. Cheryl said, don't watch the moon tomorrow. It's not good. Want to the moon tomorrow? Oh, you hear what she said? Oh, Cheryl, thanks for telling me that because my baby, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. And my baby, I didn't know you not to watch. You know, I'm going to clean my teeth tomorrow. I just do a cleaning every 6 months. Listen, if I make all you laugh, who gonna make all you laugh? I surely just sit down there and all you just need a good laugh. Sharda said, don't make she pee dog herself here. You had to laugh. Life too short. Be funny. Say something stupid. Say something shitty. Let me laugh. Don't cuss people. Don't interfere with people. Don't mind people business. Don't scam people. Don't thief people. Don't get involved in something that doesn't concern you. Just laugh and have fun. Why can't people do that? How to do the wings in my eyes? I'm now learning, you know. You know? So tell me now, why not to watch the moon tomorrow? What kind of moon it is tomorrow? Bevon say he laughing. Bevon, you laugh, baby. Because I'm sure your work's stressful and you need a damn good laugh, baby. You laugh, you see? Bevon, don't ever say Asha never do nothing for you. Eh? See, Bevon, may I even tickle you and you laugh. And you can't get to cuss them. You telling me North? Them bold faces, they come in and interfere with me and I can't cuss. I'm always wrong. Okay, so because something about Lord Ganesh. But Lord Ganesh, there's remove obstacles. Okay. That has happened once in a blue moon. Yeah, that had to be happening once in a blue moon. Lord Ganesh is remove obstacles. You know? After hard day work, yes, Ina, you want to laugh. And who can make you laugh? Asha can make you laugh. Yes, start off Ganesh, you start. Okay. Much respect, Cindy, darling. Thank you very much for telling me. Look at that. Me didn't even know that. And I born Hindu. But you know, I don't practice Hinduism anymore. But I'm still a Hindu. Because they don't have any temple close by me to here in Houston. It have way in Houston, but not close to me here where I live. So I convert my religion, but I still respect. I still have my Hindu flag in my yard there. Because when I christened my daughter, you know. Okay, thank you, Singh. Thank you, Lovin. Yeah. Okay, so Ganesh Yustav. Okay. And it's nice to learn something like that. I never knew that. We have so many religious things in the Hindu calendar that sometimes you can't keep up with all. And it's beautiful to learn something like that. Avi say, Asha, enjoy your life. I laughed till I pee. I hope you was wearing your briefs, you know, honey. Because I have on my granny panties. I have on my granny panties. So I hope that you were wearing your brief. So when you were laughing till you pee, honey. Okay? Granny panties. Yes. I will do a TikTok with the granny panties for you. I will die laughing. I'll put on one and I'll do one for you. Drusilla said there are online discourses on Facebook too. So convenient now. Yes. I saw Pandit Sunil Maharaj doing some of those. I follow him. I've known him in Trinidad for quite some time. And when he became a Pandit, I have known him. And we all have mutual friends. So I see that he does his discourses on Facebook, which is nice. Sometimes I'll share it for you all. You know. Sandra, yes, go and suck your teeth and get ready for work. I know a pretty stuff. I am a period. I think that's why I'm so miserable. Oop, Vishnu can't get no sex. Because they say when you're having your period and you have sex, it is give you back pain. And I ain't want no back pain. So no sex, Vishnu. No sex, Vishnu. No sex, Vishnu. No sex, Vishnu. Well, let me go and love up my man a little bit. He might be sweaty. He might go on to bed. He might be sweaty after all that we're gonna make fried bacon kingfish. Woo, girlfriend. Yes. Let me go and get my son something. My son wanted something else. You know what he wanted. I'm driving. Are you going? Boo was waiting for you to go. He wanted to go get his thing. Hinduism is complicated. I have converted to Christian 20 years and I'm now divorced. I'm so confused. Oh God, Julie, honey. You and I both. Don't worry about it. You're not alone, honey. Watch that stinky in the ground there. Watch. What is Stinky doing there? You get a toy? The baby get a toy? Oh. So bye Shantas, honey. Well, when you finish there, hon. Bye, Shantas, honey. Love you, ladies. Have a good night. A blessed, beautiful night. I enjoyed chatting with you all. I know I pick up my shades this morning and I'll leave it right there. Will you go with your truck? Take your time, honey. No rush. We will go with your truck. Can't go with my car because my car park in the garage. I don't want him to see what I buy. I don't want him to see what I buy. If I only show him what I buy, if he only go in my car, he go see what I buy. Oh Lord. He pack up the truck right there. So I'll go in and chat a little bit. We have Jordan say Hinduism is deep and beautiful. Yes, it is. It's one of the most peaceful religion in the world. It is said it is the most, but I like to say it is said it's one of, but it is really said it is the most peaceful religion in the world. But I love to learn. I love my Indian food. I love my persad, my gulab jamun, my rasgulla. I love all the chana and aloo and basapshat roti, and I love Hindu festivals. It's so colorful. It's so enjoyable. But I don't understand Hindi because my forefathers came from India. But I don't understand Hindi because I've never spoken Hindi. Instead of bag chale pant girl, instead of that, or bag or beti or beta or samjhe Hindustani, you know, simple little things I could say, the basics, but I don't understand Hinduism. So when the Pandit is performing the puja and he's speaking in only Hindi, I don't understand and I don't know what is the prayers and the meaning of it. So I like when they translate it into English where we can learn to understand it and relate with it better. Right? So, you know, the Christian religion says that we are not supposed to pray to idols, and they think that that our Mother Lakshmi, Mother Durga, Lord Ganesh, and all of that, we pray to murtis. They consider it an idol. So what do you think of Jesus on the cross? Right? Isn't that an idol? No, it is not. Same way that these prophets that walk the earth, they made a statue of it. They doesn't pray to it. It is in respect of the prophets that walk the earth. Same way, they don't pray to Jesus Christ on the cross. It's in remembrance of Jesus Christ that walked the earth, because he's a prophet that walked the earth. So he's not an idol that they're praying to. He's a symbol of remembrance of him being a prophet walking the earth. Same way, Hinduism had different forms of prophets that walked the earth, so they made a symbol to remind them of the good prophets that walk the earth, and they worship the prophets and show respect and say prayers and thanks to the prophets that walks the earth. It doesn't mean that they are praying to an idol. So most people should learn to educate themselves and stop being ignorant, right, about people's religion. If you don't like somebody's religion, then shut up, go your way, because if someone chooses to believe in something good and it makes them do something good and it brings some sort of order and peace to their lives and the world, why wouldn't you want peace and order in the world? Why wouldn't you want peace and order in the world? So even as we have who? Singh is saying religion is man-made. Okay, so let's say for the greater argument here that religion is man-made. Just like everything in the world, we have to have law and order, right? When you reach that traffic light, other than that, all of we be rushing going through a 4-road junction and all of us would crash. So we have traffic light to have law and order. We have rules and law in order to go about daily life. So you need some sort of thing to balance your life. So we choose, whether it's man-made or not, to have that form of belief and faith for something that is good, to keep us in remembrance of a peaceful life and how to be kind to one another. Had Had it not had any form of religion, we would have not had any form of peace and humanity, of kindness and love together. We would not have a reason to believe of a higher being in order to have peace. So whether it was man-made or not, it is to bring some sort of order to our lives. Right? I hope I was able to explain that in a proper manner. I am not a pundit, nor am I a priest. Right? And thank you, Shantas, darling. So I like to read. I like to educate myself. I ain't had no diploma and I ain't had no master's and no degree. I have common sense and I love to read. And there is nothing in this world you cannot choose to educate yourself and learn more of. If you do not like religion and you believe that there's no God, that is your right as a person to do so. We learn to respect each other's beliefs and one another. Right? So that's all I could tell you, ladies. That's how I think. That's how I think. That is why I respect everybody's religion. I was married to a Muslim man. My grandmother on my stepfather's side, they are Roman Catholic and Baptist. Then my father's side is Hindu. And we have a mixed culture of people come from different faiths. And I love all religion because there's something beautiful to learn in all religion. Whether or not you want to follow it, they didn't ask you to follow or to participate or to join them or to convert. They're not asking you to do that. They're asking you to show your respect. And it's a form of guidance in our lives, and we need some sort of guidance in our lives. We can't just go about waking up every day and living today for tomorrow like nothing. We need a purpose. So when you need a purpose in your life and you have that guidance, you find your purpose. Right? So I came from a multicultural society, which is Trinidad and Tobago, and I was surrounded by a multicultural of different faiths. And I enjoy every single one of them, and I learn from every single one of them. For instance, the Lord's Prayer, you would hear it say forever and forever, amen. Right? Or the last part of the Lord's Prayer. The Catholic has changed that. So you don't say forever and forever amen, or I think they say forever amen one time. Then in the Catholic Church, they have changed the way they think about people who commit suicide. And I spoke about this, in a few of my videos. Now, a lot of people don't like the Catholic faith because it is said that a lot of these priests abuse children. Who don't abuse children these days? Your own mother and father doing it. Your own uncle doing it. Your own aunt doing it. Your next door neighbor doing it. So not because, again, a few bad apples, you're going to throw away the whole crate and not believe in the higher and the better and the higher good. Right? What you think, it don't have pundits raping children? What you think, it don't have imam raping children? It does exist in every religion. So you can't just condemn a faith because a handful of them doing this and they're throwing it away. You can't do that. So coming back to this suicide thing, it was said that you would never see the face of God. It was considered that way by the Catholics. They have now been changing that. The Vaticans are changing it. The Pope, because it is believed that when you judge someone for committing suicide, you are committing a sin by judging that person, because who are you to say they will never see the face of God? So they are changing that. They are also changing, the Catholic is always also changing the seating in the church. Usually the seating is where you sit straight and you see the priest and all of that. Now they're doing it in a U. So it means that there's no break in the congregation. It is in a U. Right? So they're changing a lot of things. And I know that because I've started following it. And they're learning that they have so many different things the Vatican's are changing, the Pope is changing, that if you get the time to understand it and learn it, right? It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the same as any other religion that believe in something good and a higher being. Some of their beliefs may be different, you know, and they may practice it different, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful. So the time you take to judge somebody, that's a sin you're committing. So the Roman Catholics no longer say, they're trying to get away from that, saying that when someone commits suicide, they are never going to see the face of God. They're getting away from that thinking because that's you judging that person. And that's the biggest sin in the Bible, to judge others. Right? So I hope you guys understand that. I'm not trying to convert anybody, but it's just the way I learned it and the way I understood it, and I'm sharing with you what I understand and the way the way I learned it. I'm fascinated by the different times they pray. I'm fascinated by, when they, the body of the temple of God and the body of Christ. I'm fascinated by these things. I'm also fascinated by when they said that, Jesus Christ was nailed to the cross. And a lot of people would say, he was nailed and the thorns were put on around his head and all of that. And a lot of people believe that Jesus Christ was nailed to the cross in his hands, the middle of his palm. He wasn't nailed in the middle of his palm. Because if you nail someone up like that, medically it's impossible, because it will rip and tear this, right? So he was nailed on his wrists. He was nailed on his wrists. And there's a doctor that wrote a book. Let me see if I get that book for you guys. There's a doctor that wrote a book, and in details he's telling you the pain, the excruciating pain that Jesus Christ went through on the cross. And the reason he said it like that was the way he described it was for you to actually feel the pain of what Jesus went through. So he described in his book, he's a very good author, and perhaps you ladies would like to read the book, so I will give you the name of the book. I have to go with my handbag, hold on. I'll give you the name of the book, and perhaps you all can buy the book and read it. Let me see if I find it in my trunk. And in details, he spoke about the pain that Jesus Christ... Oh my God, husband, go see where I buy the car. Hold on. He spoke about the pain. Hold on, Let me prop up you guys here. See what I buy. I know when I'm talking about God, half all it is go and half all it is run, because all it like devil, all they don't like to hear about God. But for the people who are interested, it's a nice book for you to read. Let me see if I find it for you guys. Right, The Execution of Jesus Christ. That's the name of the book. So I bought it because in order to truly understand the pain of Jesus Christ, you have to understand it in the medical terms. Right? And if you understand Jesus Christ's pain in the medical terms, half of you that does do wickedness to others will not even think of doing wickedness to others the way you all just do it. So this is the book. It's called The Execution of Jesus Christ, Jesus the Christ, the medical cause of our Lord's death during his illegal crucifixion. It's by Mark J. Kubala. He's a doctor, Dr. Kubala, and it's a beautiful book that you can read. The book is dedicated to his late wife, 55 years, Betty Kubala, who despite multiple illness and operations resulting in very poor health, always had a positive attitude and undying love and faith in Jesus Christ that was an inspiration to him and his family. So, hi. You can put it there, love. Thank you. So, I would suggest that you guys buy this book, The Execution of Jesus the Christ, and I would suggest you guys buy this book. For those of you who are Christians and you really want to know the medical term of torture and pain that Jesus suffered, if you're a true Christian, that is, you should read this book. You should read this book. Mikey said we have that book. Yes, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. It's an absolutely amazing, amazing book. This would bring tears to your eyes. This would make your stomach churn when you read this book and read the pain that Jesus Christ went through. Right? Yes, Shantas. By Mark J. Kubala. Yes. So read this book, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn the camera. For those of you who don't know the book and doesn't have the book, it's an amazing book to read. And you would learn so much from it. It will help you better understand the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And it will help you understand the pain and torture that he went through in a medical term. So that way it will make you feel his pain, so that somebody shit all it is do sometimes, so you wouldn't do it to other people, and you will understand the pain. Right? So it is a beautiful book. I can't remember how much. You can get it on Amazon, but I can't remember how much for it. But you can check, if you're in Trinidad, you can check the churches there, the bookstores there, and see if they have it. Right? But it's a beautiful book to understand, truly understand Jesus the Christ, pain and torture that he went through. Right? So yeah, I might cuss, but he don't judge me. This man here don't judge me. Jesus Christ don't judge me. I might cuss. I might have a potty mouth, because I learned to stand up for myself, to defend myself. I'm a human being first, and he never judges me. That is why I can live in peace and I can live in happiness, because he have bestowed his grace upon me for what I have been through in my life. And people will continue to try to make me unhappy. As I'm going to say to you all, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. He didn't say that it's not going to prosper. It's not going to form. He said it's not going to come through. It's not going to prosper. He never said that no weapon wouldn't form. He said no weapon formed against you will not prosper. And as much as my family members and random people try to pull my family, my little children and my husband and I down, I stand with God's grace. That is why I'll always be blessed. And I am very boastful of God's blessing, because if I don't share that with you, I'll be a hypocrite. If I sit here with you and tell you my husband did this and my husband did that, and my husband gave me everything, and my husband this and my husband that, and we have this and we have that, I will be a hypocrite. Without God, none of what I have would have been possible. None of what I have would have been possible. Without faith, nothing I would have achieved in my life. And I can sit here and tell you where I was and where I am, and tell you I did it myself by getting up, getting dressed, and showing up. But God help those who help themselves, and I never lose my faith. That is what I'm saying to you all. That is what I'm saying to you all. That despite getting up and getting dressed and showing up, do not lose your faith. You have to put him first. Sometimes you will get mad, because I used to cuss him. And I used to say he forsake me and he doesn't exist, and I didn't want to believe in him. But everything that happened to me for a reason, for him to mold me, to teach me, to be a stronger and a better person, that I may enter the gates of forever living. That he may shower upon me the blessing and his grace, so that I could shower it upon my children and others, and share my life experiences with others, so that others would know that Asha Samru didn't get up one day and get dressed and show up. She had faith. she had faith. Despite what religion you belong, do not lose faith. No one is trying to convert you. Do not lose faith. Right? So that's how I get through my life. I don't care who laugh and who say I'm playing saint. I am not playing saint. And I don't care who laugh, but I know God's grace in my life. Every day I wake up, every day I go to bed, every time my kids leave this house, every time my husband go to work and come back, that is God's grace. Right? Everything everybody do me on Facebook, right? Every single thing I went through on social media didn't just happen, ladies. It was mapped out. It was planned in that way to teach every single one of us a lesson. Most of all, it was planned that way to teach me a lesson. Because God predicted it that way. He wrote it that way. That I had to go through that pain and that torture and that hurt in order to learn to be a better person. So that I could use these experiences to help you also to learn to be a better human being. We are human beings and we are going to have weak moments. We are never going to be perfect, but we are perfect in our Father's eyes. So we will never be perfect for everybody. So don't tell yourself I have to be ladylike and sit here and cross my legs and be a lady, or I have to always speak proper. Nobody has the right to judge me except that man. Right? So that is why I'm always blessed in God's grace. Always blessed. Because my heart is clean and pure. No matter what people do me, I do not hate people. I may hate what you say to me and you do to me, but I do not hate you. And God didn't create me that way. I had people come in my inbox and said to me, why are you forgiving these people? Why are you doing this and why are you doing that? Do you know how many things wrong I have done in my life? Like curse and condemn God, and He has forgiven me. He has forgiven me. So why can't I forgive Dwarika Mahabir for raping me? Why can't I give Winston Mahabir, forgive him for raping me? Why can't I forgive anybody on social media who attacked me? They apologize. They ask for forgiveness. And if our Father could forgive us for anything we have done, who are we? It's through Him we learn to be better. And a lot of people don't want to listen to that. They just want to hear comments and confusion and bacchanal and shit talk. But there's a time and a place for everything. And as much as you hear me talking shit talk and cussing and talking out of context, it doesn't mean that I don't have God's grace. I do. Look where I'm sitting. Look at where I am at. Every teardrop that fell down my cheeks, every teardrop that fell from my children's eyes didn't go in vain. You all have seen perfect example of that. And every time I tell you all, I am a woman that I'm never wrong. Pay attention and listen. Pay attention what's going to happen. And everybody have done me wrong, got a taste of their own medicine, and now everybody understand how it feels. So perhaps God used me in that way. I am not going to change anybody. I'm not going to make anybody change. They have to change their own way. And the only way you can change is when you experience what you did to somebody else. And when you experience the hurt you have done to someone else, it is wake you up. It wakes you up. For 4 years, I sat on social media cussing people attacking me. And every single one of them have apologized. Tell me, people, if that is not God's grace. Tell me if that's not God's grace, what is that? And all they still sit down there unbelievable? All they still sit down there non-believers? That's God's grace. It is called God's grace. Trust me when I tell you that. Right? So, one of the best books to read is this book. So, if you can get your hands on this book to read it, please do so. Right? Love you guys and have a blessed and a great evening. And try reading this book. Shantas, if you could get your hand on it, let me know. Right? So, take care, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Love you all. So, Shantas, let me know if you get your hands on it, right? Okay. Bye. My nails looking yellow, man. I eat a curry duck. Bye-bye.